system that Jim mentioned and also Jordan was talking about. There's your rainfall coming into Florida, also into Georgia for tomorrow. So it's really a Wednesday, Thursday event mainly. Cedar Key, Tampa, Sarasota, all the way down to Fort Myers. You'll have the thunderstorms. Watch this all progress. So here we go Wednesday, getting its act together. And as we head into Thursday, heavy rain coming in overnight, lasting until Thursday morning for us. And then things get a little bit better, though we'll still see the clouds and some stray showers going over Florida and even some spots, I should say, of Georgia. Tallahassee, the state capital, we need the rain. We're going to get it. We will get the storms as well, so watch out for that. Some big thunder boomers could happen. 3 to 5 inches for our European, even our GFS. It's all kind of lining up together here, so we're pretty certain about it. If you look at the yearly rainfall to date, West Palm to Miami, we are on the high end of the legend here with those pink colors, while the West Coast has more green, which is on the lower end of the legend. And as I show you the numbers, you might be actually have your jaw on the floor like, what? I mean, we're 13 to 21 inches below average in Sarasota, while we're the opposite there into West Palm and Miami. We're well above average. In fact, Sarasota has had the driest year to date on record, 26 inches below average, while Fort Lauderdale could literally take half of their surplus, give it to Sarasota, and you'd be fine, and we'd still be 20 inches above average. It's wild, right? So we're well below average on the West Coast and the Southeast Florida. We are well above average. So we need the rain there into the Panhandle, but we also need it around Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, and down towards Naples and Everglades City. We will see those downpours in the Tampa Bay region. A little more sun coming back into the picture, Jim, as we head into our Friday.
That's an incredible.
And there will be something for everyone, even if you don't live in the path of annularity. It's not called totality. You only use that word when you're talking about a total eclipse. When this is at its ring of fire and it's set up as perfect as it's going to be, it's called annularity. Residents in the lower 48 and Alaska will see a partial eclipse. So let's have a look at your forecast here. And that's why you don't see it saying 100% anywhere on here. The annularity is at 90%, where you see that deeper red that's cutting all the way through Oregon down into Texas. How about some forecast? We are going to have a crew here in Nevada. Chris Bruin will be there. 40% cloud cover. Listen, it's not great. You want to have like 0% cloud cover. Albuquerque, Jim's going to be there. We were talking about the 65%. There is this subtropical jet bringing some moisture into the area. I'm hoping it's just some cirrus clouds and it won't be too bad. You'll still be able to see it there. As you look through Texas, this is going to go through San Antonio, and the total eclipse next year of April is going to go through San Antonio as well. So you're going to cross over. If you live in San Antonio, you're getting super duper incredibly lucky. Now, the Weather Channel will have meteorologists positioned at 5 key points in the path of annularity, and we're going to bring you the best.
Everybody to Pattern. This is your home for the latest news in climate change and sustainability. I'm Jordan Steele.
And I'm Steph Abrams. Let's get to our hot topics. And the first one, paper, plastic, reusable bag. I'm a reusable bag girl.
Me too. Mine are so reused they get dirty after.
And I wash them, and you can wash them in the washing machine. Sometimes I don't even want to use a plastic bag if I forget a bag, and I'll carry everything out because I know I have a bag in my car. Well, a new study says your answer to that question has a lot to do with your bank account. Researchers in the United States.
If you're going to the high-end grocery store, maybe you're just going in for a couple of items or just for that meal.
Right, because it's so expensive,
tonight.
So you're just grabbing.
But if you're going to the medium, you're planning a whole week, and so you're like, might as well bring my bags. Because sometimes I forget mine. If I'm like, oh, I need to go to the store for this, and I'll swing by and I don't have any bags in the car, then it's like, well.
Oh, I keep my bags in the car. Once I undo them all,
that's good. I don't do that.
I then put them all back in one bag and then put them in my pile for the next day that goes, to work with me, and so I can put them back in.
And then do you have like an average number of bags you're going to use every week?
Yeah, that's about how many I have.
And do you feel weird if you bring a bag that's like not local to your grocery store? Like, I'll bring a bag that's got like 4 different grocery store chains on it. Okay, good. Because I think about it sometimes. I'm like, well, I shop everywhere, so it's all good. Well, as meteorologists, we love to look at clouds. All right, Steph, what's your favorite cloud type?
Probably cumulonimbus.
Cumulonimbus is a go-to.
How about you?
The big towering cloud that provides rain. Mammatus.
Yeah, mammatus are pretty cool.
Mammatus are pretty cool.
Anvil,
those ones kind of look like cotton balls falling out of the sky. Well, turns out those clouds, all of them, have a dirty little secret. Researchers at the university. I guess if you have it fine enough, it could propel itself up there. Why not?
Okay, so
I didn't think about that.
I did a deep dive into the actual scientific article, which is very hard to read, but I got a fact that I wanted to pull out for everybody here because I thought this was interesting. Because plastic is hydrophobic, right? If you have a piece of plastic, you pour water on it. Hydrophobic means it's scared of it. The water pours off. It doesn't absorb it. But it becomes hydrophilic after prolonged exposures to ultraviolet light, meaning that it will mix with the water, disintegrate type of thing in the water.
Because of the sunlight. Because
of the UV sunlight, it messes up the hydrocarbons. So once all of that happens and they have the absorption of the particles and the hydrocarbons, all this happens, the surface actually can actually make them ice nucleation, which actually is what causes all the snow and then turns into rain.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be like some kind of aerosol. You know, if you hairspray, like that is what the nuclei can attach to. And that's what I thought it was attaching to these plastics.
It's like cloud seeding. People have been trying to cloud seed forever. Who knew all they had to do was throw microplastic in the air and they could have done cloud seeding. I know. All right, the summer was brutal, and one way to beat the relentless heat is with self-cooling building. A Texas construction company is adapting.
You got air flowing in, and
I love that they had the construction with the little nooks so the wind could take the heat away as well.
Yesterday we showed you the roundhouses. This one's a little more box structured. Hey, when the temperatures climb, many of us, we do just that, crank up the air conditioning, but it's not a luxury everyone can afford.
Yes. Back, and we have some breaking news. September was the 7th warmest September on record in the United States, and 30 states have now endured their top 10 warmest years to date. That's all according to NOAA's monthly climate report that was just released this morning.
Yeah, summer-like temperatures sticking around a lot longer every single year, and that means people are relying on air conditioning more than ever. But many people still don't have air conditioning at all, making for a very dangerous situation. Jenny Schutz is a senior fellow and co-author at Brookings, joining us now to explain this topic. Thank you so much for being with us, and let's get into which cities or regions in the U.S. have the least amount of air-conditioned households out there.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your time from Brookings. We really appreciate it, and likely raises awareness for a lot of us. I mean, just what was that, 2 summers ago when the Northwest had that huge heat wave, and that was a huge topic because of the lack of air conditioning units.
What's interesting, though, is that these states that get the really cold temperatures have subsidies so that people can stay warm in the winter, but
not in the summer when the heat waves come through. Well, let's get a weather check with Molly, see what's going on across the country with this big system. Hey, Molly.
Well, I want to start in the Northeast because that's where you know the system is eventually going to end up, is annual rainfall or even surpassing it, and we still have a couple of months to go.
We were talking about the playoffs too, maybe affected by some of these.
Absolutely.
Hope not. No one wants a rain delay, right? All right, how do you protect old growth forests from the flames of a wildfire?
A look at why these forests. Welcome back into Pattern. Wildfire season is becoming a year-round problem for parts of the U.S., and that's why the U.S. Forest Service is doing what it can to reduce that threat.
Yeah, but they haven't won everyone over with their forest thinning strategy. In fact, take a look at this.
I know this is a bit of a controversial topic for...
It is. Because you want the trees, but I mean, when I think about it, when I look at all those dead trees, they're dead anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And all they are is going to cause more fuel for if a spark were to happen.
Fire.
So the problem is now we got to figure out why are they dying? Is it the bark beetle or what's attacking from insects to try to not allow that to happen so that they can flourish and be thriving?
I wish we could do something with that too, instead of just. It seemed like they were just cutting it up for like mulch and spitting it back onto the floor.
Right. But can we use that wood?
Yeah. Can we use it in a different way? Maybe.
Well,
someone will think of something, hopefully. All right, let's go to Molly with a look at the weather across the country. Yes,
Molly,
it's still hurricane season.
Tropics? Get out of here.
It's still hurricane season, and it will be, Jordan. Help me out here.
I know,
you're right.
Jordan's trying to get his kids to see it. Did you find the glasses, or did you?
Thank you.
Did I show you how to make the pinhole projector with them?
Not yet, but I'm waiting to learn. We have a story coming up soon, right?
I did a science with Steph yesterday. We'll see when it comes out.
I can't wait.
If not, I'll give you the goods anyway, of course.
All right, here's what's coming up tomorrow on Pattern. When one church was left without.
I think Dr. Now's in the house too today.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.